Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Neremik, and welcome back to Stonehearth. If you've been with the channel since day one, you'll know I've played this a fair bit, but it's always been the vanilla game. So, I decided, there's a mod, it's called ACE, or Authorized Community Expansion. Basically, the devs were bought out and couldn't work on the game anymore, I think. So basically what this is it's generally just, it's meant to add a bunch more stuff to the game. It's meant to be pretty cool. Like, if you come to this first menu, yeah, it's not too different, but I think they added, like, we'll do Ascendancy just because I'm not too interested, but you can see here they added in, like, a whole new area called the Highlands. It's pretty good. I actually fancy us starting off, do we start off in there or do we go a little classic? I think we'll keep it classic and we'll just look at all the cool new features. We'll do normal difficulty just because, why not? For any of you maybe watching this, you know, maybe you may be a little new to the game. The best way I can describe it is it's a very chilled out game. There are points where you'll get a little bit like stressed. There are scenarios which are kind of, if you've played, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, this looks pretty good as far as I'm concerned. I think, yeah, it lets you re-roll individual people now, and they come with these mini little traits like Heart of a Crafter, Storm Chaser. It adds a scary amount of content. Because I can re-roll all these people to get essentially like just the A team of people. Although these are all pretty good. I reckon we'll just accept that. Yeah, it's been a while since I started off. I think I did a live stream starting the game, but I never got too far into it. With that said, we're allowed to pick a thing we start with. Honestly, just looking at that objectively, I think Merchant Caravan is... it's still the best despite all the stuff they've added. And we'll start in... well, yeah, actually, I'll start in spring, just because winter's a pain to actually get anything going in. Yeah, you can put a world seed in if you want. Just got to give it a sex load, find the one that I kind of like the appearance of. Yeah, that'll look cool actually. You've got some water, some heavily... there's not many minerals around, but there kind of is at the same time. Yeah, I reckon we do that. We settle there, and now we kind of have to wait for it to generate the world. So pretty good. Yeah, so I don't want to spoil too many of the features, but this adds a lot of stuff. It makes the game feel apparently way more fresh. So I'll be keeping an eye out. I know I always seem to play Ascendancy whenever I play Stonehearth, but I like the aesthetic of it the most. With that said, here we are. It's cherry blossoms because we've started in spring. And, it's nice. I think we'll settle right in the middle here. Yeah, the music in this game is like, okay, I don't need a tutorial. I know what to do. Yeah, they've added in like different tree types and stuff. It's pretty cool. So, ooh. Yeah, so they've added a bunch more features, but at the start of any game, you can, basically, you got to chop down trees in order to kind of make things work. Actually, no, we just want to do a regular gather there. Yeah, so you can gather and replant. I don't think that was in the original game, but I think, yeah, all these trees here, I think we'd probably end up building through, so, you know, get them done sooner or later. Let those guys chop that stuff out. Ooh, okay, you, like, bring in a wooden wagon with your starting resources. I can get behind that. With that said, are there any extra building templates? If you've watched this series for, like, any amount of time, you'll know that I'm just historically awful at building in this game, so I always do the pre-assembled ones. Okay, you know what, we'll give building a house an actual go. But first things first, we got to give people roles, so everyone right now is a worker, and you can kind of, we'll say, I want to really save the 5 guys for our defendants. I think, yeah, number 2, you can be a herbalist actually. Low health people are great for that. So what that means is their role is basically make medicine, because occasionally monsters will attack and they just make medicine. They can get promoted to like heal people who are fighting. It's generally pretty good. With that said, I think yeah, this guy looks like he'd be a good swordsman. Yeah, just we've got someone to defend. They are pretty they're pretty useless when it comes to like building things, but ooh, tree stump, not a tree anymore. Won't regrow. Harvest it to clear the space. Hey, okay, I like how you could use those for builds, but that is definitely in the way. With that said, I think... will it show him heart? I reckon he'd be a good carpenter. That is like... That is kind of the key role you need. Without carpenters, you can't really do anything. And, yeah, Emmy Hunterson, think we should promote them to a hunter. No, well, okay, a trapper, but you kind of get what the role was. And wait, okay. Official seal of the Embassy. We know what banner we want. Heat map. Okay, this is adding a lot of stuff. I'm gonna get overwhelmed. So there's honey and there's a dead bee nest. There's bees. Is there? Wonderful. Okay, official settlement declaration. Name. So first things first. You have to name your settlement, right? So what do we name it? Difficult. But you also get to pick a banner for your town too, and like that gives you little boosts for the rest of the game. So 3 times their normal speed boost on roads, 50% more profit. That's cunning. Strength mining gives 50% more ore and clay. That seems like the best one. Now I've just got to go for a name. Also, I don't want to choose a random name. I want to come up with it, but what would we call ourselves? You know, these guys are working away. I reckon we should put some thought into this. Well, at the same time, I had the same thing when I was doing New Horizons stuff. I don't want to spend too long on deciding, oh, this is what it should be called. So I think just for the sake of like consistency, I guess we'll call it Jaffa. If you watch the channel, you'll know where that's from. Anyway, we get this little declaration that says you can do all this stuff. Pretty cool. I got to chop down these last few trees now and all their stumps. Ooh, okay. Wait, there's no way they've added new music tracks in too. Okay, I can dig this. However, what I can't dig is getting behind on work, so... Oh, I forgot to upgrade your banner with this little cool animation. There's a lot of stuff going here, but it takes a while to actually get going, so... With that said, we have the option to build a carpenter's house now, which is like, yep, let's do that. Actually, you know what? I don't want to build it next to the wall. I always end up building them, like, with the backs to the wall. I don't want to do that. What I want to do is I'm going to build it, like, kind of like a town centre almost. I reckon we can get away with that. And we have... Okay, we practically have all the stuff we need to build that. You may think that's stupid, there's no way anyone has the stuff to build that. What I'm hoping is that they build the house, and if you've played Stonehearth, I think you'll know what I'm talking about. But this guy needs to... He'll try and craft all the stuff, but he needs his workbenches to do it. And I think the only thing he can craft currently is this. So I'm hoping that gets crafted, and then he crafts everything else. That's the end goal. With that said, I see these berries. I should probably... Okay, auto harvest. Okay, I reckon we should turn that on. Is that a different mod I've downloaded, or is that part of ACE? If you watched Season 2 of Stonehearth, which is up on the channel, it's alright to watch. I had that mod enabled, so that's interesting that that's there. With that said, these guys are getting hard at work. And do we have... Alright, so yeah, we should probably set up a little trap zone, just so we can start getting some food. I know you're probably all yelling at me to set up a stockpile, but shh, in due time. What are these? These are birds. I reckon we could probably build it way back here for the time being. Like, let's see, build it there or there? I reckon we build it in this forested area. I reckon that's... Yeah, it's probably a good spot. It's close by. We go and grab choose trapping thing. Yeah, that sounds all good. I like how it specifies how it is now, so you might know if it's a good spot to place it. There's a lot of changes here, but yeah, there's a few things which I don't know. Right, underwater items. Is that just casually been added into the game now? Right. Yes, there's so much stuff I want to do, but you know, I really want to kind of ease ourselves into this. With that said, our little footman. Does he really need to be a footsman? Ooh. Okay, this halfling is currently allowed to train. I did not know that they could do that, and I can choose their loadout, so they're not being absolute idiots. Oh, we are, for lack of a better term, doing exceedingly well for this opening little bit. I think we'll put an auto harvest on for these guys too, just so we have a source of food. And I think, with that said, should we get to planning out the town? See, if you've played Stonehearth, you'll know that you will not get better looking buildings as you go along. So I could make a little town centre kind of all the way around in here. Or I could not do that. I know it sounds a bit stupid, but I could wait a little while, or maybe I could add the buildings as I go along. One thing I do want, though, is I think this place looks like it's prime real estate for a farm. So even if we're not going to build it, I think yeah, I think we should put a tiny cottage here. Again, I'll build my own house like at some point, but I think we should put a cottage here. Again, having the carpenter craft all this stuff will level him up through the ranks, hopefully. And yeah, I reckon we can put that there, and then once we've got a few of them down, then we could probably start putting roads in. But we can have that there for now. And you know, they have little berry bushes here, and we can have like the fields going out here. Oh, merry little town. With that said, you know what isn't merry? These guys are going to carry all the stuff, so I'm gonna make a little stockpile just so they can store whatever they need here. Hopefully that's, yeah, you know, dragging it all that distance is kind of going to be a pain, so we'll probably replace that with an actual building in a second, but hey, nightfall. Yeah, it's been a decent day this week. We got a decent bit done. Again, I think probably the worst curse this game has is the fact that if I look at the stuff to place, you kind of have to wait a while to get beds, which makes all your halflings really exhausted until you get enough of them to kind of accommodate them. Also, you can speed the game up. I'm not sure why I wasn't doing that, but yeah, you can speed the game up and these guys will go fast. They're gonna build the thing. And yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty lo-fi as all things are considered. What's even better is you can press F5 and there's no UI. I tell you, that is my favourite way to get like thumbnail shots in this game. Been doing it all the way back since the first video I'd made on... Well, not first video, like the third, I think? Yeah, I think it was the third video I made I discovered that trick, and I've been using it ever since. It's like... It's kind of a curse, but I love it. That's it. I like how we're all stocked up on berries and stuff. Surprised no one's been over here to harvest these guys. Oh. Okay. See, we're getting our little meat production going along. We can get more of those like traps down the higher level they go. We generally have been relatively productive. I have to say, the game does look darker than I remember it. Suppose we can have a look around though. I don't remember these. Sugar bells. I could pick those up and use them to light up the town slightly. Yeah, honestly, for a first day in the game, not being attacked is pretty par for the course, and it almost feels off. It almost feels off. With that said, though, I'm looking around at all these places. I reckon we should get some ladders on the go. So you can't really access these things without putting these guys down. And I reckon, yeah, see, come up here and then I can... it's pretty dark, so it might be a little hard to see, but we harvested those guys. Then we put another ladder down to the upper layer. I kind of like just having it be straight up. And then I reckon we'll do one more up till here. And then I reckon up here we start a little mining village. I reckon that's what we could do next time. You know, there's like huge marble boulders and all this stuff, and it's like, I reckon we can do it. I'm not sure if you probably do. When I was hovering over this area on the map, I think it said there was a lot of minerals, and I kind of really want to go do those. I think if you watched the last series, I kind of messed up the whole mineral collection thing because I wanted to flood my mine at the end of it, but where I was doing it didn't really have any minerals, so it was like, yeah, it's cool for the content, but I'm not getting anything out of this. Also, last series was a little bit of a disaster, I'm not gonna lie. Like, fun, but room for improvement, definitely. With that said, ain't gonna set these guys to also harvest, but just so we stay alive, set those guys up, and here we are, daily update. I'll explain what this does now. So basically, if you have enough food and enough money, you can get another citizen. You're not stuck with just 5 people for the whole game. Actually, what I'm hoping is, since I've upgraded my PC since the last time I played this game, I'm hoping we can go for a few, like, a few more people. And I see a thing for a thumbnail. Don't mind me. If you're new here, get used to me randomly taking thumbnails in the videos. I forgot what I was gonna say. I saw an option for a thumbnail and I went for it. Yeah, you can expand your halflings, and since I've upgraded my computer since the last time I played this game, it should hopefully be able to deal with more on screen at once while recording. If you saw either of the last series, there was a point where this little bar down here was just overly dominated by idle. Right now it should be, because there's not too much going on, but when there's like 20 people, that should be like 2% maybe. They have upgraded to a much better processor. I'm pretty sure this mod makes, you know, some much needed adjustments, and I hope it goes well. Let's take a peek inside this building. It looks like these guys are in fact almost done, which is pretty good, because once they build the outside, they start putting the furniture in, which is... that should hopefully get our carpenter leveling up a little bit, then we could probably construct this house next time. And then either episode 2 or 3, considering this is probably going to be a series. I reckon we make some of our own houses up here. I have like a mining village, that can be the entrance. There's like stuff here, there's masons' workshops and stuff. There's like a stockpile over here. I reckon we've got some potential here. Anyway, conversation time. So, hello. Oh, there you are. I'm Bruno, the most famous and accomplished fisherman of the realm. Or at least this realm. He shakes his backpack full of fishing equipment. I was doing little trolling through the area, but I'm afraid I've sold the last fish to your neighbours. He shrugs, then suddenly straightens his face, thinking of something. Well, I'm actually also hooked on buying fish. No trout about it. Okay. Sometimes I just buy for the halibut. You could probably net some if you have, let's say, a trapper. Do tell. So you want to get into fishing. This is new. This is really new. Well, of course, you can easily get some fish if you have a skilled fisher. He points to the fancy fishing rod on his back. But if you don't, you can still have your highly nutritious fish by trapping them with fish traps. Okay, I like where this is going. And I assure you they're very nutritious and tasty and juicy. He looks distracted for a moment. Alright, fish traps, so would you like to know the catch? For sure. So let's read that. I'm just going to skim this. If you check with your trapper, you'll notice they can probably place a fish trap. That was... Lisp came in full effect there. These must be placed on the edges of water bodies like lakes or rivers. You won't even be able to place them in the wrong place. Once placed, your trap will do some work to get it set up, and soon enough it will start attracting our slippery friends. I probably shouldn't call them friends if I'm going to eat them. It does, just a drop in the ocean. By interacting with the trap's anchor, you'll notice that you can tell the trapper to just capture the fish instead. This allows you to release it somewhere else, creating your own aquarium or pond. Ornamental. Okay, about their use once set up, the trap will work by itself. Okay, this is general trap stuff. Great, now we're all caught up. Feel free to drop me a line anytime. See you around. Honestly, I did not see that coming. Of all the stuff I thought would be added in this expansion pack, fishing was not one of them. It's not even an expansion pack. This is free on Steam Workshop, by the way. Like, it is a free DLC for you to buy and use. Okay, I thought I'd lost all my halflings then. But let's check in with our little apprentice trapper. They went off here. So, place fish trap. Okay, is that new or was that always there? Doesn't matter. I guess how do I place this? Does it have to be like level or something, or? So can I not place that there? Or can I? Oh, so it needs to be like overly level. That's kind of... Okay, that's going to be a little bit of a nuisance to set up then. Oh, there's like stuff floating on the water over here. I'm loving these extra details. And I've had the game for years, so the fact it's like... No, adding all this new stuff is... I just kind of wish that I could get a... this fish trap placed. What are you doing, Miss? What is it, Emmy? You checking traps? How do I place that? Okay, only placed on the border. So I'm guessing it's not adaptive in size. It is just a set thing. That's a little bit. That's a little. Oh, I see. So I've actually got to place it on the side. Right. That was more effort than it was worth. But I reckon we've got some potential here, placing these bad boys on the corner. You know, maximise that surface area. God, I sound like someone that passed GCSE maths. Okay, so if I zone out of that, and they place these little things that float on. That is cool. That is cool, and I think they said something about yes, you can either harvest the fish or you can capture the fish. I dig that. I really, really dig that. Well, saving autosave. I'll set that to capture just because. Why not? That was a really cool way to start the episode, actually. And I think with that, is this house getting brought along at all? Yeah, the workbench is down, so I assume the guy... No, please. Don't start crafting it. It's raining. Was that in the base game? I know I said that a lot, but was that in the base game? I don't know. With that said, though, he's actually starting to run out of things to craft because it requires him to be a higher level. So I think with that said, what we'll do, just to make time a little bit more efficient while we wrap this one up, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to start building this. Just so if you come over here, when you start building something, it automatically will queue up all the stuff. This was an individual mod that I had on the old one, but it queues a bunch of stuff up, which basically, this guy can actually craft, so that levels him up, and he can craft more stuff, and it's generally just a merry little time. But I think with that, it's raining. Is this fire not being put out? No, he looks kind of like Gordon Freeman. Kinda. Again, I like how good this game is for thumbnails. I'm going to go ham on making this game have the best looking thumbnails on the entire channel. It's definitely not had the best in the past. But no, I think with that we should probably end this one here. So it's a nice little reintroduction to this, I think. We've got our little stockpile. We've got 6 people. We've got our fish traps down and our little floating lily pads and the coral, and it feels good to be back. I know some of you are probably wondering why I didn't say anything about launching the series, and in truth, it's basically just for those of you who know, I sent my Joy-Cons off to be fixed, and that's allegedly going to take up to 3 weeks, which I kind of wanted to fill the gap with Animal Crossing for a while, and I felt it was a game with a similar level of chill. It's not similar, but it has the same chill level, which is what I wanted. And yeah, genuinely, with all that said, all that aside, I hope you enjoyed. Hopefully, you'll stick with me for the rest of this little Stonehearth journey. Because I've got a bunch of ideas for stuff I want to do. It isn't just going to be, oh, I want to do X, Y, Z. We're going to make this one go for a while. I mean, last time we ended up building a whole wall, so I'm going to have to think of a project that manages to top that. But that is for another episode. So if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, comment, and maybe even subscribe and hit the bell if you want to see when the next episode of this one comes out. And with all that said, all that aside, that's been Stonehearth ACE expansion. I'm definitely digging this. Again, it feels like a more well-rounded version of the game. Stuff still takes like 5 years to get done, but that's Stonehearth. I'm glad to be back doing this for a 3rd time on the channel. I think that's the most times I've actually ever played a game on YouTube ever, so I mean, count your blessings, Stonehearth fans. And I think with that, probably going to end this one here. So with all said, all that aside, hope you enjoy, and thanks for watching, guys. My name's been Neremik, and peace out.